Hello and welcome to my video where I'll be discussing an issue that I feel very passionate about, that being K-pop and its loss of identity. Starting off, I think it's very important for us to acknowledge that K-pop is now bigger than ever before. It may seem like this has always been the case, but as a lifelong K-pop fan, I very much do remember when this was a more niche hobby. Nowadays, it seems like everyone is on K-pop to some extent, with the biggest events of the world, such as the FIFA World Cup, with billions watching, our very own Jungkook with the iconic Dreamers song. However, something does feel off about the current state of K-pop. It's as if newer songs aren't as appealing to me, and I keep finding myself going back to the BTS classics. Why is that the case? Well, I believe it may have to do with a bit of the unfortunate loss of K-pop's current cultural identity. Let me explain myself a bit here. Well, I and many other fans have gravitated to K-pop due to its bold nature, tackling serious themes in a very artistic and unapologetically Korean manner. In other words, what originally made K-pop stand out wasn't just the music, it was the identity behind it. Take, for example, Psy's Gangnam Style and its critique of Korean high society, or even BTS Idol's message of self acceptance in the face of criticisms. These messages felt powerful due to their human aspect that many fans were able to resonate with. This, coupled with the industry's experimental nature, made it stand out from other global musical scenes, paving the way for millions of fans to be engrossed in Korean culture. However, this has recently started to change, with many modern K-pop songs increasingly straying away from the previously mentioned core strengths and into adopting a more safe and quote-unquote traditionally Western music style. Songs such as Ice Cream by Blackpink or Permission to Dance by BTS have gathered criticisms for being overly westernized and overly safe, with some fans even arguing that they prioritize global commercial appeal over artistic or cultural identity. Now, don't get me wrong, if you like these songs, all the more power to you. Don't let anyone else ruin your enjoyment of them. However, to me, this does beg the question of at what point does global appeal start to replace cultural identity? When K-pop begins to sound indistinguishable from Western pop, it risks losing the very uniqueness that made it global in the first place. Okay, so why is this happening? Well, one of the big reasons that must be mentioned is the increased commercialization of the industry, with online streaming platforms such as Spotify making global access to K-pop songs easier than ever. This is a great thing, but it also means that these platforms now have a financial stake in expanding and profiteering off this medium. You have to look no further than the $900 million generated in 2023 from global audiences for K-pop. Unfortunately, artistic messaging can be quite risky, and to succeed globally, companies have to play it safe. As a result, the industry is pushed into producing songs that are familiar, easy to consume, and widely appealing. Over time, that can lead to standardization, where songs start to feel less like artistic expressions and more like carefully designed products. Another major issue is the problem of the idol system. Behind the scenes, many K-pop artists don't have full control over their music or image. Instead, decisions are often made by entertainment companies like Hype. Furthermore, entertainment companies are known to be very controlling, not just of artists' creativity, but also of their very own lives. This has led to the abuse of countless K-pop stars and the very tragic deaths of Kim Jong-un and Gu Hara pictured here, which I personally still haven't recovered from personally. When artists feel crushed and unable to express themselves through their songs, authenticity becomes lost. As a result, songs stop being meaningful because the songs that resonate the most are often the ones that feel real, like they come themselves from the artists. That being said, I think positive change is still possible, and it has to start by giving control back to the artists themselves. I initially was going to talk about Rose here, but the recent New Jeans controversy was way too important not to mention, as it highlights just how much control entertainment companies like Hybe still hold over these artists. The group's ongoing legal and public dispute with their label over management and autonomy shows the very real limitations idols face within the industry, even at the height of their success. The fact that Danielle was forced to leave is very tragic, as now we will never fully see the realization of New Jeans as a K-pop group. I think it is very important for us as K-pop fans to realize the power that we do have within our fandom to advocate for these changes. Our love for K-pop does not necessarily mean that we should cover up for corporate exploitation. If anything, it should drive us towards fair and just criticism so that we can continue to see more of what we genuinely hold near and dear to our hearts. Anyways, I hope this video left you with some food for thought. Thank you so much for watching till the end, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Till next time.